Well, hi guys, good morning. It's Bob from Greybeard Models. Oh, that a bit wonky. Look at that. Anyway, just a quick unboxing, really. Just got a great little delivery from Field of Glory's models. Fields of Glory models here in the UK. Nice little 48-hour delivery. Let's get that out. And it's from Def Models, British Austin K2 truck, sagged wheel set. Obviously it says it's for Airfix, and it's 5 resin parts of wheels. So I'll get these open and we'll have a look, and I'll change the mat. Right, so open the box. Back of the box says for age 14 or over, and do not eat. So what we've got in a neat little box from Def Models, which are made in Korea. These 5 resin wheels to replace the wheels in the Airfix kit, and there's a nice mask set there as well. Little flyer, and on the reverse it shows you how to use the mask set, and we'll go through that in a minute. It's fairly straightforward. So there's a S for spare. There's a spare wheel, which is nice. Nice moulding. I don't know if my camera will focus on this. It does have a little bit of an issue with this sort of stuff. Let's get it back down there. I don't know if I can zoom in. And see how that is. Very nice, crisp moulding. Nice tyre pattern. And of course, because it's sagged wheels, when you remove the stub here from the resin, you'll end up with a flat. So you'll have a sagged wheel. The wheel will look like it's got weight on it, which is always good. And here's wheel A. There's 2 wheel A's and 2 wheel B's. Wheel A is the front axle, and again, removing the stub there will give you a flat area there. But again, really nice nut detail there, and on the reverse you've got the brake drum detail there, which you can see there. And just get an example of the rear axle, or the rear wheels. Again, really nice detail, nice crisp mouldings, and again, cut the stub off, file it down into a shape, or to take the burr off, and you'll end up with a sagged wheel. Very, very nice. And there's the drum detail there. Now this is to fit the Airfix kit. So if I get the Airfix wheels out, we can have a look and see what difference that makes. So looking at the Airfix sprue, the wheels, the Airfix kit is very, very well moulded. Very nice moulding indeed. And the way the wheels are constructed, you've got 2 halves, and you put the 2 halves together and you'll end up with a seam, and I don't know if it will show it on here, but you'll see that there's a seam along there, which you'll need to dress and make sure, because else you'll end up with a horrible mark there. With the resin wheels, obviously it does away with that, the need to do that, and it also gives you the ability to show flat tire, sagged weight tyres. So there's the drum detail on the Airfix kit, and that's the rear of the drum there, where it fits onto the front axle. And, with the Airfix kit, the front axle's got a little stub axle that goes into the wheel, which is over here, and the front wheel, the Resin front wheel, has got a similar setup, so that with that hole there, it will go straight onto the front axle there. And the rear axle, the rear wheel, has got a slightly different drum brake setup, which matches the Airfix detail there. And if I remember rightly, there's the spare wheels there, and the spare option there, which of course you may not want this to have sag detail because it's a spare wheel. So if you know, a bit of judicious cutting and sanding there, you'll end up with you know, a sort of a rounded, more rounded shape, so that you fit that. But it's possibly a better wheel. Looking at the detail, it's a lot better, I think, than the Airfix kit, mainly because it's got a lot of written detail on it. The Airfix wheel, or the Airfix tyres, have no detail on them, whereas these Resin wheels and tyres, there is, I don't know if you can sort of pick it out in the light, but there is actually moulded wording on it. Looks like tyre size, and just trying to see it, it's quite detailed. Traction, super traction, I think it says. We'll have to bring it up and have a look, but certainly with some nice wash over there, you'll be able to pick out the detail. It's got that extra detail there. So that's how it would fit with the Airfix kit. I think it's quite a useful addition. And of course you can take the Airfix wheels out, put them together, maybe together with and save the hubs, and there might be a time in the future where you might need those. You know, if you're building a diorama and you want a load in a diorama, you might want to take these and use these as a load. But that's the Def Models tyres and wheels. I'll have a look at the Gecko kit and see if they fit those. I've got a feeling that they may do with a bit of work. Let's have a look. Okay, so I've got the sprue out from the Gecko kit, and the first thing I'm looking at is the front axle. In the Gecko kit, the front axle has two pins there which go into, try and find it, goes into, I believe, that brake drum there. There's two parts that go on there and clamp those two pins into place behind that brake drum, which allows you to set the wheel. Now it's slightly different. I think it's a slightly different size. So I'm looking at that, looking at the size of it. It's quite a close fit, but I don't know if it will actually fit. So it's, you know, it's going to be a job to probably fettle it a little bit to fit, if you wanted these to fit into the front, onto the front axle there. Also, I think that you know, obviously that's going to be held in place on there with a super glue, so it might be a slightly weaker joint. So you might want to have a I think about that, but I think it's probably that will be okay, but it won't be brilliant. Also, in the Gecko kit, on the rear of the rear wheels, the inside, sorry, of the rear wheels, there's these two parts that are replicating the brake drums. The Def model, get the wheel out, right, the Def model wheels have just a single hole in the back there, and it's whether or not they will actually fit across the differential. I'm looking for the differential. Where's the differential? There it is. So the differential here has pins at the end which go through these brake drum parts there, so that they'll go through that and then they'll go into the rear of the wheel there, and it's really whether or not that axle there on the differential will fit snugly into that rear wheel. I think you could possibly work to get them to fit. On the other hand, the wheels on the Gecko kit have also got tyre detail written on the sidewalls of the tyres, and the tread pattern on the tyres, because it's a ring that goes around the outside, is actually quite well formed. So the detail of the tread pattern is good, but what you don't have is the sag. But you know, it's quite possible that Def models will bring out a version that will fit the Gecko. I'm not sure, but these would fit the Gecko if you really wanted to make it do so. Anyway, that's what I found. That's what I think. Thanks everybody for watching. Really appreciate it. Please leave your comments and thoughts below, and thanks for watching. See you again soon. Bye for now.